Hi everybody, and welcome back to Lost Genre Reddit Stories. So for this one, I'm not going to give you a brief summary of what it is because the title is quite explanatory. This one's from user BabyBlues17. I'm pregnant and being investigated by the Department of Child Services. Hello, I'm 29 years old, happily married. My husband and I are college educated, have respectable, stable jobs, own a home in a nice neighborhood. We're basically as prepared as anyone can be to start a family. I'm almost 9 months pregnant with our first child. The problem is that 11 years ago, when my husband was a freshman in college, he was arrested for possession of marijuana. It was a large enough amount that he was charged with Class D felony. Our jurisdiction is very harsh regarding grass, but not intent to deal. He pled guilty and did his time and probation without a problem, passing every drug test along the way. He has not touched weed or any other illegal substance since, and we rarely even drink, and haven't at all in over a year. I have no criminal record and have never done drugs myself. It was a stupid mistake made as a foolish 18-year-old, and he's worked hard to put it behind him. Someone has apparently contacted child services in our area and informed them that we are drug users. This accusation is being taken very seriously because of my husband's record. We have been as cooperative as could be with our caseworker. We've been interviewed, our home has been examined, and she found nothing remotely suspicious or incriminating. We have both taken drug tests and passed. Our caseworker says that everything looks just fine so far. Unfortunately, she also says that there's still the possibility that our child could be taken from us in the labor and delivery ward, and that we won't be allowed to take her home. I was devastated and horrified to hear that. When I asked why, she said it was not up to her, and we'll have to wait and see, which made absolutely no sense to me. What gives? I feel like there's something she isn't telling me, but I have no experience with the Department of Child Services, and I'm not aware of anything we could have possibly done wrong. I know they'll have to test my daughter for drugs once she's born, but she has not been exposed to drugs. Nothing more than prenatal vitamins, not even Tylenol. And I already proved that by passing a drug test. I'm scared and confused. Do I need a lawyer? I had anticipated spending our savings on our new daughter parental leave, but I will use that money for a lawyer if I have to. Thanks for reading, and thanks in advance for your help. Well, of course, as you guys know, I am not an expert in law or a lawyer, but I have to say as a parent that what OP is going through must be one of the most scariest situations ever. Imagine being told that because somebody told on you something that is a lie, your child might be taken away from you. How scary is that? To live with the knowledge that the day your baby is born, you might not even get to take her home. Ugh. Okay, now let's move on to the community comments to see what kind of advice they gave OP. A mid-video PSA. Please don't forget that the goal for this year is to reach 100,000 subscribers. Please help me out and just go ahead and click subscribe if you like these videos and you still haven't subscribed. Now, let's get back to the story. Hurry Up Meow says, I'm a former Indiana Child Protective Services investigator assessor. Something here is not making any sense at all, unless the law has changed greatly in the last few years when I left the department. As of this moment, you are pregnant, correct? You don't have any children? They are investigating the fetus? OP responds, yeah, we have no children yet. They are investigating the fetus. I wasn't aware that was even something they could do. The report they got must have seemed quite alarming, I guess. It seemed weird as heck to me too. Trishka523 says, Indiana Department of Child Services does not get involved with pregnancy. Please make sure the person you are talking to is actually DCS or don't let them in your home anymore. Deleted says, they'll give the child a drug test. They'll take the child if it's positive. Otherwise, you likely have nothing to worry about. Also, get an attorney on retainer. OP responds, that must be what she meant. Then, whew. It sounded much more ominous at the time. I have no doubt it'll be negative. But I'll be calling lawyers this afternoon as not to take any chances. Thanks so much. So, to give more context and more information that OP shared in the comments section, I'm going to read 3 more comments from OP. 1. I had already requested non-narcotic pain relief as part of my birth plan, so that works out well. I'm too wimpy to go all natural, but enough family members have reacted badly to narcotics. Both parents were really sick after taking them from surgeries, that I'm reluctant to try, so hopefully I can avoid them altogether. 2. I came here and asked because I'm already hormonal and nervous for the birth, and that plus this added stress is not an ideal recipe for objectivity. I don't want to panic and do anything stupid or unnecessary, but I also don't want to assume that just because I'm not on drugs, this is no big deal. 3. I don't know who reported us. That information was kept confidential. I have a strong hunch as to who it was. My stepmother has been an erratic ball of rage toward me and my sister since my dad died, and has never been happy with my marriage to a man of a different religious background. But no proof. Needless to say, we'll be limiting our interactions with that person in the future. Okay, so now we have a lot more information, starting with the first commenter who said that something weird is going on because that person was a CPS for Indiana, and apparently they don't necessarily do that. From the way she focused the question like, are they investigating the fetus? That kind of hinted that there's something weird going on here. This was then confirmed by the second commenter that said that Indiana DCS does not get involved with pregnancies, so that makes this really sketchy. And then the information that OP shares in that last comment I read from her about the stepmother being weird after the dad died makes her a prime suspect for somebody who would call DCS to just generate trouble, right? Well, at this point in the story, anything we say is just a theory. So how about we move on with the update to see what actually happened. When I made my original post, I was advised to get a lawyer right away. I was also advised that Indiana's Department of Child Services doesn't investigate pregnant women who don't already have kids, and that the woman claiming to be a social worker might be an imposter. I contacted and met with a lawyer and explained the situation to him. He seemed to agree that something was very fishy. To make a long story short, the woman handling our case has no affiliation with the Department of Child Services. I'm still in complete shock. We went straight to the police. They're taking this very seriously. I can't give a lot of details because it's an ongoing investigation, but she seems to have been a very skilled, well-researched liar. I never would have known anything was amiss without the advice of this subreddit and the intervention of my attorney. I feel like a complete idiot, but the instinct to cooperate unquestioningly when faced with an intimidating authority figure is strong. I haven't had my baby yet. We're staying at a trusted family member's home until the baby is born. My obstetrician and the hospital we'll be delivering at have already been informed of the situation and will be taking the appropriate security measures. I'm still freaking out, but we're taking every precaution for the safety of my child, and hopefully everything will turn out okay. Thanks again, everybody. Truly. Well, unfortunately, we won't get to know who was behind all this because it's an ongoing investigation and OP never shared anything after this. The good thing is that OP was taking all the measures and she is aware that she's being targeted or her baby's being targeted for some sketchy reason. So even though we unfortunately don't get full closure with this story, just for fun's sake, what do you think is going on here? Do you think the stepmother hired a very good actor to try to put OP in a difficult situation? Do you think OP's baby was being targeted for something else and that the stepmother had nothing to do with this? What could really be happening here? Let me know in the comment section what you think. And so we've reached the end of the video. I truly hope you guys liked it. If you did, go ahead and click like. Of course, don't forget to subscribe and click that bell icon so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Also, here are more videos from my channel that you might enjoy. And having said all that, I will see you guys on the next video.